Hi everybody. So I've been meaning to do this little entry in the Dr. Brain series for a long time now. I just needed the right brainy kind of partner to do it, and I think I've found one. If you'd kindly introduce yourself, please.
Hi.
Yes, she calls herself AlienToes. And, yeah, basically she has a brain, and that's what I need here. Yes, I would like to play. So first, some backstory.
In testing his latest invention, Dr. Brain thought he was merely teleporting himself into last week to find his car keys.
Yeah, right.
In actuality, he hopelessly thrust himself into the unexplored regions of the space-time discontinuum.
And it looks like a fly.
Super high tech.
Yes.
Type in your name.
Of course, I have to go with my own handle. So the premise is there are a bunch of puzzles that go across time from like the almost a billion BC all the way up to 100,000 AD. Out of those, I've picked 4 that are actually kind of mentally inclined because I think they'd be more fun.
Monkey see, monkey do.
The first one takes place in 10,000 BC, and it's a word game. Of course, we know nothing about word games, do we? You still with me over there? Hello, friend. Testing. 1, 2. Can you hear me? I don't hear you. Are you muted or something? Hang on a second, guys. We might have some technical difficulty here. Are you able to hear me?
I tried.
Huh?
No, I can't. I
Okay.
tried putting headphones in and it didn't work.
Oh.
Why I can't hear out of them.
Lame. Okay, so we like word games, right?
Yes.
So this one, we have to form 3, 4, and 5 letter words to make this rock over here drop onto this skull down here. We do that and we win. He does it, he wins. And if he wins, we just restart that same puzzle. So we gotta form our words basically on the board, hopefully on the stars because that gets us more progress. I already see yes. Oh, we have a dictionary. Do you think fest would work? Nope. I've lost feet again there. Miss Alien.
Can you hear me?
Vaguely.
I think it's the new Skype. It froze my phone.
Oh, you're doing this on your phone? Ooh. Yeah, this might be interesting then. So we have a dictionary. I tried fest, it didn't work, so obviously it's not going to be very nice to us. I see.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
Alright. My
Alright.
phone froze for a solid while.
Lovely.
Now I got it working.
Okay.
So.
Alright, I see yes. I see yet.
Oh my gosh.
Trying to figure if I see any 4s.
Thank you.
Well, the letters will progress onward as we go.
Why?
So let's see. Oh, I see fits. I see sift.
E.
We can tell what his next letter is by looking at his sign language. Looks like he's got an A there.
T.
He's gonna go for T, I'm sure.
A.
He's an idiot. Wouldn't it have been smarter to put the A right up here?
Yeah.
What else do you see?
Kids.
Kids?
But
Alright. If he doesn't clutter up the top row, I could probably pull that off. Will it take YIF? No, and I'm glad it doesn't. Let's get that out of the way.
E.
He's got a lot of vowels. Problem we seem to have. Go for broke and try kids, I guess.
S. E.
He just countered back. Okay.
I. O. K. E. D.
The letters will eventually disappear in the order that they came in.
D.
Skids.
S. A few rudimentary strategies at work are the beginnings of abstract thought. Let's start.
The next one
Alchemy.
is chemistry.
The goal of this.
So here's this puzzle. This potion right here, we need to convert to this one on the counter. And we do that by following these little funnels and these adjustments. So if you look down here at the color cylinder, those are the 6 colors it can be in the order of basically 1 through 6. So this cyan is color number 4, and this deep blue we have is number 5. So we could get away with just adding 1 color, for example. And it'll suck the potion down through this. It'll do a bunch of random stuff. And somehow come out with an enhanced color. Science, right?
right.
Likewise, we can change the volume. I mean, kind of self-explanatory. Temperature's the same way. And finally, tone. Now, the only things that would require changing will show up on the formula list down here. So knowing all of that, our job at any given time is to replicate this. So if the temperature doesn't show up and the tone doesn't show up, they're fine. So what else do you think we should do to make this potion look like that? Knowing all of that.
Does the temperature need to be higher on?
Certainly looks like it,
That one?
doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll hit a funnel that gives us 1 more volume level. That one right there. Well, looks like it's the right color. Looks like it's full enough. let's see. Coming.
Wow.
Well, that's how you do it. I hope you're not double parked. We have a lot of work to do.
Right, so that one,
Yep.
it needs to be more full, and then it needs a higher temperature.
Yep. Looks like about 3 notches. So this could be done. Looks to me like it is doable in 3 moves. And neat thing too, using these arrows, we can actually reverse the function.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So that'll help too. So let's say this top formula here is 1, going down to 4. How would you do it? One other thing, if any level gets too high or too low, the potion is scrapped and reset.
Theoretically, could you do the second one?
The second one?
The first one.
The second
Like
one
the-
and the first one?
Yeah, and then the second one again? Or does it only need to go up 1 level?
No, the volume goes up 2. The temperature goes up 3. Yeah, I'm kind of lost as to how this sequence of stuff,
I like the cow in the background.
yeah. Yeah, apparently astrology was a thing too. Seriously, what does a set of bagpipes and a bunch of wheels have to do with expanding a liquid?
You know,
Yeah,
it's magic.
and there's the cute little hamster too. Or a mouse or whatever creature it is driven by that little piece of cheese behind the ladder. Looks full enough. Ah, the temperature's up there.
Wow.
That's how it's done.
We are an excellent team. Great job.
Who's we? She did all the hard work.
Ready to start?
So, this time we're playing with tone.
What the heck?
2.
Oh my gosh.
So we're on pitch 2. We need it on pitch 5. And temperature looks like 4 down. All right, what do you think? Temperature is down 4 and pitch is down 3.
So couldn't you do the second one twice? And then pitch... Yeah, pitch up 1 more.
So that third one.
Yeah.
This is certainly more interactive than the word game was.
Yeah, that
What?
one I was kind of confused about.
I mean, all you had to do was make words better than he did enough so that you basically overpower him.
Yeah.
It's... I mean, you could have a similar contest with Words with Friends if they had it set up that way. Where, like, there's a two-sided progress meter. If yours gets all the way to the top, then you win.
That would be interesting.
And, like, if the other person has made progress, your progress just draws theirs back. Kind of deal. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll write to them about it.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
should do-
Yeah. Temperature's maxed. Pitch sounds right.
Wow. Well, that's how you do it. Are you ready to start?
Yeah, that's the basics on that one. Next up,
Gridlock.
in 5000 AD.
The
So the deal is basically this. We have cars of a color and landing pads of the same color. Basically, get them there. So we have to use these intersections to do the job. On each one, we can control whether something turns or just goes straight. Any intersection left alone means the car will just go straight on through it.
This one is simple, right? You just would go up and then over and down.
Pretty much. So it would go a little something like this. Go straight, 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 straight. Okay, intersection. Let's go this way. And going, 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 going. Hey, how about this way? Now, we could try the direct route down that way, except for one thing. He's got no way to turn back this way. So instead, we'd have to do that. I think he needs his exhaust checked. Pretty bad.
And he needs to learn how to brake.
Eh.
Good for you. You certainly know how to get around in gridlock. I've got tickets to see a show, and if we don't fix this traffic mess, I'll miss the concert.
You want to see what happens in a crash?
Sure.
We win!
Dramatic.
It looks like it's back to the drawing board.
Alright, so you're gonna have to go left.
Getting more gas. I might have hatched some of the petroleum I'm buying.
Left from camera perspective or from his perspective?
Camera perspective.
Okay.
I was
mean,
thinking you
yeah.
were gonna be technical.
I mean, I kind of have to be.
Can you go? You go straight down from
Straight-
that one.
Yeah, it'll force you to the way this is oriented.
Yeah.
Same thing here, it'll force you right, and then force you up, and then force you down. I know one cute little method we could pull.
What's that?
Spin our little pink ass right on around and back up the way. It does let you do that, and it took me a while to actually figure that out. But it does, and it's neat.
That's helpful.
Yep. Now, a car should not be able to do that, right? you'd
No.
think.
Good for you. You certainly know how to get around in gridlock. I'm excited to be working with you on this traffic mess we're having.
So now we've kicked it up a notch. We've got 2 cars to get in.
You just gotta crash them into each other.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, that ought to work. Oh, I underestimated it. And he's gonna get supremely pissed. Because he can't get anywhere now. Well, keep going. Thank
I think
you.
You broke the game.
I certainly broke the green driver. Alright, enough.
More accidents than the
I mean,
monkey
technically you
driving
broke the
school.
pink driver
Let's
too.
try it again.
Yeah.
My car has been idling for hours. I've got to get to a petroleum depot.
Oh, and one other thing. If you try to put a car in the wrong slot, it won't react very well. And by not very well, I mean, well, have a look for yourself. Oops.
Oh, cool.
This is the future, ladies and gentlemen. No trespassing.
Boy, you're causing a lot of backups. What did you do? Put in a speed trap? Let's try it again. Where have you been? I ran out of petrol an hour ago.
Okay, so let's get a little more serious here. The best way to stay out of each other's way is to use the shortest paths possible, right?
Yes.
So considering the fact that Pink doesn't have to go all that far to get somewhere, we'll just give him this short, tiny little path, completely and utterly separate from the path that Green will be taking. That's the other neat thing about this puzzle, is specialized controls for each color.
I mean, if it were realistic, the pink car could just go straight across.
It could, but there's this barricade here, and, well, here. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why...
only if it were realistic.
Back
Then.
from the
Yeah.
petrol stations. The idea is to make it easier to get around. Where have you been? I ran out of petrol an hour ago.
Semi-political... Oh, whoops, hold on.
You're causing more backups than a busload of tourists. Let's start over and try it again.
I should probably make sure I
Well,
have...
I'm glad you decided to give it another go.
Should probably make sure I have the controls all properly set up, and now I think I do. Let's try this for real. There, now he's not a factor.
What technology but the human brain could solve this multi-tracking task? I've got tickets to see a show, and if we don't fix this traffic mess, I'll miss the concert.
I mean, I personally wouldn't complain, but okay. Here's what high gear looks like.
Genius level.
You see this chaos? Okay, everybody shut up. So, we have to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars away, and 2 of them are the same color, which means we have to keep them entirely out of each other's way. Oh, and also check out this Verizon advertisement right here. That's subtle. I never noticed that until now. Alright, so here's a couple special vehicles. You see this little white guy with his left blinkers on?
Yes.
He will turn left at any intersection he possibly can. So now there's timing and forward thinking involved in this. And this roller tanker will turn around as soon as he reaches a wall. So this guy's path will take him right along this candy cane road here. And this guy's got a much longer path. Fortunately, he'll turn around when he reaches that pink stopper point. So, let's see. We could just streamline everything. Send pink on a single right turn. Send green straight on through.
There's so much going on.
Yeah, this kind of thing happens fairly frequently. Let's see. Actually, no. How about that? So that's about the most direct and least busy set of paths we can take. But as you can see, it's not quite perfect.
You're causing more backups than a busload of tourists. Let's start over and try it again.
So what do you suppose we could...
I'm glad you decided to give it another go.
So knowing where the crash was, what do you suppose we should do differently?
Well, by the time the roller thing gets there, the yellow one has to be out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So...
What if we subvert him from here, send him to the left instead of the right? Might buy more time to get him out of Blue's way.
I think that will work.
Worth an attempt at the very least. And clear that out because the other yellow. Well, just a little too late there.
Boy, you're causing a lot of backups. What did you do? Put in a speed trap? Let's try it again.
Okay, so we're almost
My car has
there.
been idling for hours. I've got to get to a petroleum depot.
Alright, so... a little subversion north should help. Now, as you saw, if there's a car in the hover pad, they'll just stop and blow the hell out of their horns. I have to think, what kind of special stupid do you have to be to honk at a parked car? Gosh.
Things are worse than they were before. Let's try it again.
So,
My car has been idling for hours. I've got to get to a petroleum depot.
so basically you see, one by one, where all the trouble spots happen. Sometimes, especially at this level, it's those little subversions.
With the way you have this laid out, people won't have to carpool anymore. Good job.
Yeah, except people are still blowing their horns.
Hurry up and get to work. I'm double parked because I don't want to drive in this traffic.
And then it goes on to introduce forced intersections. This one right here means the direction has to, or the flow has to be clockwise. The way it's got green and blue pointed down. Because if we try sending them the other way, they're just going to spin around and the whole world's going to go kablooey. But yeah, stuff like that. What do you think?
I don't know. There's so much going on.
Too much, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a neat little puzzle.
No, it is cool. And if I were less tired, I would be able to like actually sit and focus more on it.
Sure.
Brain waves. The main brain.
I think you pretty much know how a puzzle like this works. I mean, you've done these, right?
What is it?
It's a logic grid. Not nearly as convoluted as, say,
Genius level.
this. You know the ones, they give you clues and you have to decide, do these match? Do they not? Are they completely and utterly wrong for each other? And stuff like that. You know the ones, right?
I don't really know.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever done anything like this.
Novice level.
Okay, so what if I told you that each of these names goes with one of these dollar amounts?
Okay.
And this guy says,
That'd be one less than Charles.
you know the logic grids you used to work on, like in that thing you did?
Yeah.
Now do you know?
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Got it.
So
It
this
just
guy,
looks more complicated.
yeah, it's just futuristic technology and all that.
Because there's floating brains.
Yeah. So Debbie won less than Charles. What can we say?
So... she could be anything but 4, right?
Yep. If Debbie won less than anybody, she could not have won the most. And if Charles won more than anybody, he could not be...
The least.
Right.
Al won more than Charles, but less than Betty.
So let's break that down a minute. Al won more than Charles, so...
So he could be 400.
Right, but what could he
But
not?
actually, no, because he can't be 400, because he won less than Betty.
Right.
So
So we'll
he
go
could-
there, and that means Betty could not have been... If anybody won less than Betty, what could she not
Betty
be?
can't be 100, right?
Right. Al won more than Charles, which would mean that Charles, what? Charles could not have won...
400.
Yep.
So that would leave
That
Betty.
means Betty's got to be 4. Debbie's got to be 1. Now, what was the relationship between Al and Charles again?
Al won more than Charles, right?
Which means...
So Al would be 300 and Charles would be 200.
Seems pretty sensible to me.
Oh my gosh, you are so good at this. I'm excited to watch you play this puzzle. Are you going to start now?
These four want a race. All we have to do is decide their positions.
Okay.
Joshua ran before Igor and after Kitty.
Oh wait, no, it's a relay race. This is the order in which they ran. But either way. So if Joshua ran before Igor...
But after Kitty.
Mm-hmm. So Joshua could not be...
First.
Or...
Fourth.
Mm-hmm. Now if Joshua ran before Igor, what's that say for Igor?
Igor's not first.
Right. And after Kitty, so...
He's also not fourth.
Well, Kitty couldn't be fourth. Yep. So Joshua ran before Igor and after Kitty. Now...
Linda was not the first or the last runner.
I mean, that's about as straightforward as it gets, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we know two of the runners already. Kitty started it. Igor finished it. But there's one more clue to be read.
Joshua didn't run second.
Again, straightforward. And again, decides the rest of it.
Yeah. It's pretty easy.
Yep.
I toast your triumph. Are you ready to shake a tail feather?
Do you like breakfast?
Yes, I do.
So do these guys.
Karen doesn't like eggs.
Whatever, Karen.
That's rude.
Yeah, right? What did eggs ever do to Karen?
Gosh, Karen.
Both George and Humbert like a cooked breakfast.
A cooked breakfast, huh?
So it's not cornflakes.
Nope.
And then oatmeal's debatable, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if I would call oatmeal cooked. I mean, at least the way I make it, I boil water and pour it in.
Yeah, I would say pancakes and eggs are generally more so cooked. Oatmeal can be instant.
What, have you never had raw pancake? Well,
Not a whole raw pancake, you know.
yeah.
Alright.
All right, Pinky, what do you got?
Jillian and George both like cereal for breakfast.
Well, according to them, oatmeal must be cooked. Because if George likes a cereal for breakfast, and he likes it cooked, can't be cornflakes because it ain't cooked. Can't be eggs or pancakes because it ain't cereal. So guess what? Their definition of cooked breakfast is a little bit different from ours.
Yeah.
And Jillian also likes cereal for breakfast, which leaves cornflakes. Hey, looky here.
I toast your triumph. Are you ready to chart some new territory?
Not too bad.
What's this one?
4 kids, 4 allowances.
Okay.
The allowances get larger as the ages increase. For example, the youngest child gets the least, and the oldest child gets the most.
So this is one of those where there's a sub-concept in there that'll influence the clues.
Okay.
Fiona, who is 9 years old, is older than Harcourt.
And we know that age directly relates to the allowance.
Right.
So if Fiona is older than Harcourt,
Can't be 50 cents.
and Harcourt,
Can't be 150.
right. Now remember Fiona's age, 9 years old.
Harcourt gets more than Georgia, but less than Ian, who is 11 years old.
So there are 3 important points here to dissect. the first one, Harcourt gets more than Georgia. So,
Georgia can't be 150.
and Harcourt,
He gets less than Ian? Or more than Ian?
well, undetermined because we don't know his numbered age. But as it pertains to Georgia, Harcourt cannot get which allowance because Georgia gets less than him.
The least?
Yep. So Harcourt, it was said, gets less than Ian, which would mean Ian cannot get what? Because somebody gets less than him.
Sorry, 50?
Yeah,
I said it and I must have hit the mute button.
that's all good. So we know what Georgia gets, which says she must be the youngest. But as it pertains to that last point, Ian is 11 years old. Fiona was how old?
9.
Which means Fiona
Yeah.
is younger than Ian.
Right.
So Fiona
she
cannot
can't get the most.
and Ian cannot get 75 because there are now 2 people who make less than him.
Sure.
I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So Ian has to get this. And what was the relationship between Fiona and Harcourt?
I don't remember.
Fiona, who is 9 years old, is older than Harcourt.
Oh, so
Which-
she gets $1 and he gets 75.
Sure.
I did not see that one coming. You might want to give it another shot.
I'm trying to get him to taunt us.
But you'd never smell defeat if you would change your socks more often. You walked off the map on that one. You had better try it again.
It doesn't matter if you don't have all the reds filled in, just the greens.
You are sending
Okay.
shivers up my spine with your mastery of this game. I'm excited to watch you play this puzzle. Are you going to start now?
Snacks. I like snacks.
I would love to do this one, but I actually have to go.
Yes, no problem. We can pick more of these up another time. I think this is the one out of all of them that we would actually want to keep going with.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, the others, fun, but much. This is easier to follow, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoy these.
Yep. So what I can do, I'll cover the other 9 on my own and then save these guys for you.
Okay.
That way there's something you can have some fun with. All right.
I wonder if there's like an app for that.
I'm sure there is. We just have to track it down. All right. Well, it's good having you with.
Yes,
And-
it's been fun.
Yep. Hope to have you back soon. AlienToes, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bumpity bump. Where's the red button? There it is. All right. In the meantime, I'm going to continue. So let's go back to Primordial Soup.
Primordial soup. And so, we begin. Here you are in the primordial soup. I hope you brought a spoon, but, well, you might need a fork.
Yeah, so this one is a live action fight. Green must pound yellow into oblivion. And do so in real time. Oh dear.
you tower above the rest of the crowd. This primordial spelunky
Yeah, I don't have the patience to get to the end scene.
has a
If you want to see the ending to this entire game, check it out in your own time. I don't have that kind of patience. This is just a demo for anybody interested in doing these. So this is basically a maze. Our job is to get to the other side of the ocean before the lungfish runs out of air. Don't run into anything along the way. And the pink fish, or the purple ones there, don't do anything. The school of fish will force you into their current. The blowfish will slowly drain your air out if you rub against it for too long.
Your skill at inhaling is inspiring. The sooner you discern some kind of routine or habitual behavior, the safer you will be.
He basically said you suck.
Lizards and eggs. As a
We have to hatch them on this puzzle. Keep them on the red, keep them off the blue. They get too cold, they will die, and the puzzle will reset. They'll get colder much slower in your hand than on a cold geyser. Learn their patterns.
Your reptilian complex is linked together all the functions of your egg hatching behavior. What? Beaver dam. As a beaver,
This time we have to get a dam built across these two lots, or what are these things even? These two latches, I guess I'll call them. Watch out for the logs. Push them away before they do damage. Knock your stuff away. Whoa, no you did. There, give me a little view up top. Come on. Okay, if I can make just one more catch. Got it.
your limbic system may not be able to speak, but it has let you feel what to do. Call me a building beaver. Let's get to work. Caveman rock.
If you like music, this is for you. Your job is to recreate that recording using this rather ineffective sheet music down here. Well, that's more frustrating than I feel like doing, but basically come up with something like this. The sound engine apparently doesn't stay initialized for long enough to really do this.
Only human beings can compose, harmonize, and make music together.
Apparently these symbols somehow form the sheet music parts. Yeah, the engine's off too.
Wow, what a jam!
Too bad.
Spaceship. Your job is...
Here's our blueprint. We just have to visually recreate.
Nice job. Let's start it up and take it for a spin. You are exercising the brain of the future. Brain waves. Shh, I'm thinking. I'm checking my mental map, and it looks like this is the place to begin.
And this is the one that Alien and I have chosen to continue. So sometime eventually we will. In the meantime, that's it for me for tonight. This has been Alpha, and have an Alpha night.